All right, I'm not going to bother giving you a shot of this terminal. I don't feel like getting out of the truck. Oh shit! No wonder I was starting to get warm in here. I turned the temperature up to 72 on this thing. This is my hand sanitizer. It's like $8 for this. That is crazy for hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer has gone up by like. This is like a normally probably like a $2 bottle of hand sanitizer, and it's $8 is what I spent on it. So what's going on right now? So I got over here to pick up this load, this little local delivery. It's a 60-mile load. I'm really upset about it. I told my driver manager I'm upset about it. And I got over here to the other terminal to pick up this trailer, and there's the asshole that dropped it off is still hooked up to the damn thing. He didn't even drop the landing gear or anything. So I knock on the door, nothing. I bang on the sleeper, nothing. I went inside to the brake area to see if anybody was hanging out in there, nothing. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? What kind of asshole just like does this? And then I read the notes on the load, and it says that this is a beer load and it requires 2 straps on the load. And I'm like, okay, so he's probably staying hooked up to it until I get here, so that he can get 2 straps from me, because he has his 2 straps in the trailer, so he wants his 2 straps back. Well, we can't break the seal and get his 2, so I just give him my 2 straps. Makes sense. But what kind of asshole does that and then they're not at their damn truck? So I messaged the driver managers and I'm like, hey, truck number so-and-so is still hooked up to this trailer. I've knocked on the door, I've knocked on the sleeper, nobody's responding, nobody's at the truck. No response from the driver managers. After a couple of hours, I messaged them again. I said, what's the status on this guy that's still hooked up to this truck? Then they finally responded back to me and said they'd call him. And then they responded back and said I sent him a message. And then they responded back a short time after that and said, check and see if it's unlocked and if the keys are in it, because that driver quit. So I went over and checked. Sure enough, it's unlocked. It has the keys in it. The thing's... I don't want to use the word clean. It wasn't cleaned out. It was all of that person's shit was removed. There was trash. Well, not trash. Like, there wasn't trash all over the floor or anything, but just like the seat was full of dirt and like I don't know what. Just all kinds of stuff in the seat. I had to like scoop shit out of the seat to be able to sit in it. It was an old International ProStar, a manual, a real piece of crap truck. So I messaged them back and said, yeah, keys are in it. I'm going to move it over to the bobtail section. I'll disconnect it from the trailer, move to the bobtail section. So I did that, and I came back, and I messaged them, and I said, I got a new problem. The bills of lading are nowhere to be found. I checked inside the tractor, in every cupboard. I flipped through the fuel, or not the fuel, but the permit book to see if maybe he stuck them in there. Nothing. I checked everywhere for the bills. I can't find the damn bills. I checked in the whenever you relay a trailer, you put the bills in the paper holders. There's a little like metal I don't know what you call it, a clipboard that closes, that's stuck on most of our trailers, and this one also has a little plastic circular thing that you twist off. I checked both of those, and it has registration and it has an inspection report, which is awesome. Like, most of our trailers don't even have that, but it doesn't have any bills. So I told the driver managers that I can't find the bills in the tractor or in those paper holders on the trailer. And they asked if I checked inside the trailer, and I said no, it's sealed. So they told me that I'd have to wait until after 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and message them back and they could get the bills for me. So I'm gonna have to sit around here until 8 a.m. message in, and I think that's probably gonna be 8 a.m. Central Time, which is gonna be 9 a.m. where I'm at here. And they're gonna have to contact the shipper and have them like mail over the bills of lading or something, email them, fax them or something, and print them out for me. So I messaged them, and I'm just checking something real quick. No, there's no documents. So I was checking to see if there were sent documents, because when I relay a load, I scan in all the documents just in case somebody claims that I didn't give them the documents. But this asshole that quit didn't, and I can understand why he quit on just the grounds of that truck. That truck was an absolute piece of shit. He still had his badge around the gear shift, and his badge was from March 30th. So he started with the company on March 30th, and he quit recently, like end of May. So he basically made it right at 2 months with the company and quit. But man, that International Pro Star that he had was a piece of crap. What a piece of junk. Like, everything about it felt just really cheap, and like just driving it through the yard, there's a little hump that goes, there's a lower section and an upper section, so you have to go over a little hump to get to the upper area where the bobtail parking is at. There isn't really any defined parking. That's just where all the bobtails happen to be, and the trailers are down here for the most part. I was driving up that, and I've driven up that in this truck, no issues. I was driving up that in third gear, going like 7 miles an hour, and the differential stalled. It just lost traction, and I came to a complete stop. And I had to back up and then get a run at that little that little hump to be able to make it over that damn hump. Like, what a piece of crap. Everything about the truck just felt so cheap. Like, rolling the window up and down, it would like make noise and start lurching and like clicking, and the window would start bouncing and stuff. It's just like, yeah, man, that truck was just an absolute piece of junk. It was nasty, like all the controls. I just didn't want to touch anything in the truck. But yeah, I moved it over there, and now I have to set until 8 a.m. It's 8:27 p.m. right now. So I've been here since about 5:30 p.m. So this is like 13 hours I'm gonna have to sit here, and then I'm gonna have to wait around for them to get the bills, print them out for me, give them to me, and I don't really know what to say. I'm not going to hook up to this trailer until I get the bills, because the last load that I was supposed to take out of this place never ended up happening. So I'm parked right next to the trailer. So I'm just going to, this is where I was parked at, waiting for him to come back to his truck, which he never came back to his truck because he fucking quit. So I'm just going to stay parked where I'm at right now, and most of the movies that are on these movie channels I've seen. There's one that I haven't seen that I've been trying to catch at the beginning. I've caught it playing several times, but I haven't been able to catch it at the beginning, and it is the John Wick 3. and it's supposed to come on tonight. I've been trying to record it, but I have to be stationary to record. I can't like record as I'm driving down the road. It has to have a satellite signal and be, receiving to be able to record. So I've got it set to record, and I'll probably be up whenever it comes on. So I'll watch that. Maybe I'll break out my computer and play around on my computer. Who knows? I'm a little annoyed that Christina didn't reply to me today, but maybe she was off, maybe she was sick, who knows, whatever. I'll message her again tomorrow. Maybe she's just annoyed that I messaged her earlier than I was supposed to message her, but she told me that, I could check in with her and see if I could get moved over early, because she said it's very possible that I could move over earlier than when I'm supposed to move over. So that's what I was doing. Was I'm getting really, really frustrated with being a company driver, and I really want to move over to lease. I think this truck is a piece of crap, but every time I go into somebody else's truck and I get back into my truck, I'm like, man, this thing is so clean. Like, I think this thing is filthy. But yeah, every time I get into somebody else's truck and get back over here, I'm like, man, this is pretty clean, pretty nice. Now the outside looks like shit. I like to troll people. I'll get on the CBs when I'm going through like truck stops and stuff. I'll be like, watch out, guys, I'm gonna pull some tight turns in here. I hope you're not parked on the corner. All of you end of road people better watch out. Yeah, I like to fuck with people, because this truck on the outside is so beat to shit. All the fairings are all bent in from people, turning too sharp with the trailer on this thing. The fairings are just bent to shit. Well, they're not called fairings. What are they called? The cab extenders. I call them bearings. And then the skirts down both sides are just falling apart. Like half of them's missing and shit. There's something that's been hit in the front grille. Like there's a big dent in the front grille. There's scrapes and just damage everywhere. One of the fairings, this is the Frankenstein truck. One of the cab extenders, not fairings. One of the cab extenders has been torn, and somebody punched some holes and zip tied it. It looks like it's stitched together. Oh my god. This truck looks, it's really, really embarrassing to drive this truck down the road. It's really embarrassing. But I don't know. I'm really frustrated right now. I think this weekend I'm going to take a long weekend. Now, what they like to do is give me a load to go home on. So I don't know how I'm going to work it out, because it's not like I can get home and just say, well, I'm just going to stay here for 5 days. Because and I think the reason that I've asked them to stop giving me loads to go home on. I don't like going home on a load. I would prefer to have an empty trailer when I go home. But they said, we don't like to do that. And I think the reason they don't like to do that is so that people have a defined time when they have to leave. If they let people go home without a load to come out on, then people could just stay home whenever the hell they, however long they want. They just be like, nah, I'm not going to come out today. I'll come out tomorrow. But sending them home on a load kind of forces them to come out at a specific time. It's another one of the childish things that they do here to try to manage people. So, I don't know. And they can't use the excuse anymore that they don't like sending people home empty because they don't get paid the miles to go home empty. Because I don't get paid the fucking miles to go home loaded. I got, like, last time I went home was a couple hundred unpaid miles. It's so annoying. Like 4 or 5 hours of working to get to my house that I didn't get paid for. There's so much unpaid time at USA Truck. I should get detention pay for this, because I was here to pick up this load on time and I'm having to wait more than, what is it, 3 hours? Yeah, over 3 hours you're supposed to get detention pay for every hour, up to 4 hours. And it's like $15 an hour, so a maximum of $85 detention pay. So I'm gonna see if I can't get detention pay for today. $85 is better than nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up. He still hasn't given me my damn 270 empty mile pay. He said he would do it. Like, he keeps saying he's gonna do stuff and he doesn't fucking do it, and it's pissing me off. I hate having to remind him. I don't like telling him over and over and over again that, hey, you still haven't fucking done your job. This is the same bullshit I went through with the last driver manager. It's really annoying that I have like 4 or 5 things in my head right now that I have to micromanage him to get paid for. My reimbursement for the fuel cap that's $100. My breakdown pay for this weekend, sitting in a fucking hotel all weekend because my APU going out. The 270 miles of empty pay that they removed from me and didn't give me back. And now this detention pay or layover pay, whatever they want to fucking call it. Well, they can't technically do layover because I'm under a load. I'm technically under a load. They're gonna bullshit me on this to find some way to not pay me. I don't even know if I'm gonna bring it up, because they're just gonna say, well, you could have waited till, you know, blah 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 blah. They're gonna make up some stupid shit. This kind of bullshit right here, all this shit that I'm dealing with, this is why Largrease Morris, I can't remember his exact name, his badge was in the truck. It's the reason people like him quit, is over stupid shit like this. You give him a piece of shit truck like that, and then you treat him like this, and he didn't last 2 months and quit. Based on how shit that truck was, no, he was probably a veteran driver, because it was a manual. I just can't imagine them giving a student driver, like a brand new driver, a manual. If they tried to give me that piece of shit truck they gave him, I would have been like, go fuck yourself. They tried to give me a truck that was better than that piece of shit, and I told them to go fuck themselves. Like, the first truck they tried to give me was, it was a Kenworth like this one. I think it was the same year, maybe a newer year than this one. I don't know. But the inside of it was so nasty. I've already made a video on that. It was disgusting. I used the word disgusting, and the person in charge of the trucks got pissed off that I used the word disgusting. And he's like, this isn't disgusting. And I'm like, well, I don't know what your fucking scale for disgusting is, but these are just, both these seats have been so drenched in sweat that they're black. It smells like a fucking ashtray in there. And the seat was, not the seat, but the steering wheel was melted. All the steering wheel and all of the dash areas, you could tell that the person was driving with a cigarette in their hand like this, and ashes were just falling on the wheel for years. And there were huge sections of the wheel that just melted, and there was like half the wheel was gone, and it was like that across all of everything. Like, they would have their cigarette in their hand while they were like pressing buttons and tuning the radio and changing the air conditioner and shit, and ashes were just fucking falling everywhere and melting all of everything. It was just nasty. And the damn mattress had some kind of crusted over fluid all over it. I don't know what that fluid was. I don't even want to know what the fuck that was. It was just so disgusting. And like, I don't know what that jackass's scale is to reach disgusting, but I found that truck to be quite disgusting. And this was the least disgusting of all of them. And I spent several hours cleaning this truck when I got into it. I got them to give me a new mattress, and I am constantly spraying Febreze and stuff. This thing still smells like an ashtray. I don't smell it so much after I've been in the truck for a while, but if I get out of the truck and then I get back into the truck, I can smell it. I get used to it after I've been in the truck for a while. But I'm sure I smell like a fucking ashtray just sitting in here. Anyway, I think that's enough ranting. I'll check and see what's on fucking TV. You know, I don't like taking time off on the road. If I'm gonna be, this is my 3rd day off in a row. This 3.5 days off, something like that. It's been since Friday night around 9 p.m., 9 or 10 p.m. Friday night. It's 8:40, almost 9 p.m. Monday night. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days, and then at least an additional 12 hours from now. That's 3.5 days off that I've had here in Atlanta, Morrow and Forest Park, Georgia, because these two terminals are technically in different cities. This one is in Morrow, Georgia. The one 5 miles down the road is in Forest Park, Georgia. They're both suburbs of Atlanta. 3.5 days that I've sat here, like, taking time off in Georgia. Yeah, this is not an enjoyable. I don't want to take time off at a truck stop or at a hotel or at a terminal. I don't like taking time off out here. Like, I know there's a lot of people that would enjoy the hell out of this. They'd be like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing in the world, man. You got DirecTV. You can sit back there and watch TV for 3.5 days." I can't fucking stand to watch TV. Like, I don't watch TV. I get really bored. I guess this is not fun for me. So, anyway, I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna actually turn this temperature down a little bit. Get it nice and cold in here. I want to get it really cold in here tonight so that I'll hopefully sleep really good all night long. All night long. All night. Yeah, sleep all night long. I'm out of food. I've been eating nothing. Like, today, all I've eaten is fucking potato chips, Oreo cookies, and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I love them. And I probably freak out the other trucks around me whenever I'm making them, because I just sit there going, peanut butter jelly time! You know? Maybe nobody else does that but me. But all jelly is sugar. It's just like this peanut butter and jelly is mainly just this really, really fructose heavy food. The jelly is almost pure sugar. The breading is carbs, which break down into sugars. The peanut butter is the only thing that's remotely nutritious about it. And the peanut butter is incredibly calorie dense. So I don't like living on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I like snacking on them. I don't like living on them. So everything that I've been eating has been not good for me. It's all snack food. I don't have any real food. My fuel stop, whenever I can finally leave this terminal with this load, is only about 5-10 miles down the road. I don't know exactly how far. It's not very far down the road at a Pilot. Now, probably what they're going to do to me on my fuel stops this month is what they do every month. I'm going to fuel at primarily a Love's or a Pilot Flying J, one or the other. I rarely ever fill up at TA, but I'm going to fill up at like almost all Pilot Flying J's all month until I get within like 1 or 2 fill-ups of getting their unlimited showers. And then they're going to switch me over and have me fill up at all Love's for the remaining week of the month. That's what they did to me last month. I got within like 140 gallons of getting the unlimited showers from Pilot Flying J, and then I filled up at nothing but Love's for the rest of the month. I've been looking at fuel cards, and Trucking Inside made a video on fuel cards, and I need to call and talk with Fleet Card, I think is what it's called, about their Jacobson Network card. Supposedly it is it's a whole bunch of different places, but it's mainly TAs and Petros, or a lot of TAs and Petros, and it is discounts that are really close to the discounts that Landstar, the Landstar driver I follow on YouTube, Ryan or something. It's him and his wife that run the channel. It's Ryan and something trucking, blah blah blah. I can't remember the full name of it. But he was saying that at Landstar, at TA, you can get like $1 off. So like $2.19 a gallon, he'll pay $1.16 a gallon or something for it. And Trucking Inside said that this Jacobson Network fuel card, you can get those kind of discounts at TAs and Petros with that fuel card. So I'm going to see about getting that and using that while I'm with USA, because USA just uses the Comdata MasterCard, which gives like bare minimum fuel discounts of like 10 cents a gallon. Like any jackass can get 10 cents a gallon off. Like anybody can go apply for like just a Pilot Flying J fuel card. Just their standard fuel card gives you like 15 cents a gallon off. So I don't know. Well, I don't know what exactly the fuel discounts are with the Comdata card at USA Truck, but I don't think they're very good. I assume they're not very good. So I'm planning on getting that Jacobson Network fuel card, and that's what I'm going to use. And I would really love to do all my fueling at TA and Petro, because TA and Petro is my favorite fuel. It's my favorite truck stop in general. I love their shop. I like fueling there. I like their showers. I've only showered there once, and the place I showered at, the showers were really tiny, so I don't have a really good comparison for them on the showers. Pilot Flying J, like Love's is bottom bitch on my list. Love's is my least favorite. Pilot Flying J is my second favorite, and TA Petro is my favorite. It's right up there at the top, except that one Petro that still uses the fucking fax machine. Wait. No, that was a Pilot. Never mind. TA Petro still top of the list. It's a damn Pilot. It's like, yeah, we only do business through fax. I'm like, what the fucking... Anyway, well, I'm gonna like try to enjoy my night. Have a good one, and enjoy yourself. And Largrece, Largrece, Largrece. I don't know how to pronounce it, but man, I hope that guy, I hope he doesn't completely give up on trucking. I hope he makes it whatever in the hell he's going to do right now. The shitty thing about it is that he left after only 2 months. If he would have waited one more month, like, I don't know if he was a brand new driver, but if he was a brand new driver, then it's going to be hard for him to find another job. He's going to be a student at another company. But, you know, if he is a veteran, then, man, I can't understand why they would give him a truck that was that shit if he was a veteran, because they usually give the crap trucks to the students or the new drivers. I can't, man. Maybe their fleet is just that bad. Maybe, like, this is one of their premium trucks that I have. I can't imagine that. This thing is a piece of shit. It's just falling apart. Don't drive for USA Truck, man. Their equipment is terrible. This is terrible equipment. This is your house. This is your home. This is where you spend, I don't know how many hours, 100 hours or more a week. That's if you're going home every week. Like, how many hours are in a week? You're in this truck like 23 hours a day. Maybe you get out of it to shower or eat or talk with shippers and receivers or whatever, but man, you gotta, like, there's so many things that have got to happen in trucking to make this job tolerable, and having a equipment that you can stand to drive and stand to live in as part of it. Anyway, I'm gonna start ranting and raving about something else, so I'll end the video there. Best of luck to everybody, and I hope La Grease or La Greche or whatever, however you pronounce it, man. Hope you're doing great. Have a good one. Bye.